Well, howdy folks. So the big season 2 patch was just released earlier this week, and much of what I discussed in that pre-patch video last week came to pass as we saw the late model stock car, Ray Race Cars Formula 1600, and the Renault Clio come to iRacing this week. And of course, the Formula 1600 car indeed was free. But also hinted at but not confirmed prior to its release was the Circuit de Ref did indeed come with this patch. That was a track that in one video they showed some rough rendering of it, but it indeed did come out, and I've heard some great things about it. I haven't tried it out myself, but I do look forward to giving it a go here soon. All right, now for the fun stuff that wasn't announced. I won't cover it all here, but just a few I personally found interesting. First, we're going to start with the iRacing UI. Received a visual refresh. Now, nothing too dramatic changed other than some minor quality of life changes and the dark mode becoming a little bit bluer. And here we see it. Nothing too dramatically changed other than some minor quality of life changes. And the dark mode did become a little bit bluer than I probably preferred how it was before, a little bit on the color side. I do use it in dark mode. But one item in particular, though, that wasn't quite fully functional until now that I noticed is the ability to directly access series stats from the UI. You can see here, you go to results and stats, series stats and standings. Now this part was here, but every time I tried to use it last season, it would always fail and never bring up anything. If we go to the IMSA racing here, I did 8 to 9 weeks of the IMSA this past season under the Dallara P217, and we can see it brings up our series results for season 1. See, we finished in 281 ahead of all participants, and you can filter down by the particular week, the division you're in. I'm in division 4. We'll take a look, and in division 4 we ranked in the top 25 here. And you can also go down to your club. If we look at Texas, I ranked number 1 Texan, Division 4 Texans, and the P217 ended up having 428 championship points. So that's a cool little feature, and it goes all the way back here to 2021 season 2. Now, prior to this, you used to have to go to the old website. So it's a functionality that I'm glad to see they rolled out into the UI. All right, and moving on from there, an auto refueling feature has been finally added to the base game. Now, folks no longer need to necessarily rely on third-party apps to do this now, which I have had to do. And I wanted to test this out in a league race I had this past Tuesday. Alas, I forgot to shut off my Race Labs version of it, and so I wasn't able to test it out before this video. But do let me know down in the comments below if you have given this feature a try and how it's been working out so far. And next up, we have dynamic brake audio has been added to the GT3, GT4, GTE, and the touring cars. Now, I've always noticed there being brake sounds before on cold brakes, but it is indeed much more pronounced now. Probably lasts a little bit longer. And I've also noticed it returning if you stop into the pits for an extended time. I had to stop in a race recently where I had to get some repairs, and I kind of waited, and when I came back out, you could hear some slight screeching of the brakes again. So I don't recall that being a thing that happened prior. So a nice little feature. It doesn't have a lot of effect in performance that I can tell. Feature adding more immersion into the sim at the very least. All right, but the biggest unannounced feature that came with this season 2 patch has to be, and for me at least, an improved ABS braking system. Now, one of the biggest knocks against GT3 racing in particular compared to other series like ACC and such in particular was the inaccuracy of the ABS in iRacing. And as going full on brakes in a hard braking zone would engage the ABS, the wheels would still be prone to locking up, leading to major tire heating, causing increased tire degradation and understeering out of the turn. Now with this update, at full brake pressure, lockups no longer occur, and I've tested this out as you see in the video here. Now, of course, it's only been via anecdotal testing and feedback I've heard and read and watched on people's streams and such. The word is that going full on 100% brakes in these hard braking zones is the way to go now, as tire temps and degradation is no longer occurring due to the ABS activating. And of course, this lines up with what I've heard from real life GT3 drivers that say that is in fact how it is done in real life, is that they go full on brakes, rely on the ABS. And on top of all that, I have a really good feeling that this will also tremendously help whenever rain does come to the service. As of course, one of the fears of the rain coming is in big heavy braking zones in particular, leading to a punting bonanza. And I really think this ABS change will help with that a lot. And just to clarify, this change was applied to GT3s, touring cars, the MX-5, and the GR86. All right, so this is just a quick video here. Just wanted to highlight a few of those items for you. Of course, there were a few other updates, especially on the AI side of things, which I know a lot of you out there probably like, but I don't necessarily use too much. And of course, there were also a slew of some performance updates and such as well. Anyways, thanks for watching, and please hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Come on back for more iRacing content here on this channel. But in the meantime, please go check out this video up in the right hand corner that you just might find interesting. And until next time, safe racing.